Alright, welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series Division A semifinal match. This series is between Tilt Tactics and Lionspeed. Joining me today for the cast, this is Rory. How are you doing today, Rory?
Doing pretty good. I'm excited. This is a matchup I've waited for all week. Tilt Tactics coming off of a really strong lead in the league, and then Lionspeed doing everything they can to catch up pretty late. I mean, it is a smaller division, but these teams do not play small by any means.
Absolutely. Now, we did have technical difficulties through the last draft. So, Dahaka was banned upon in the previous draft, and so they've immediately banned it again. Good job keeping that up. I believe Vala was the ban. I think I saw that portrait come up just before the disconnect happened, so we do see the Vala ban out. So, Dahaka, again, remains strong, and Rory, talk to me about Garrosh.
Oh man, just such a strong powerhouse this early into his presence in the Nexus. I mean, he's so strong in allowing for his team to get really strong engagements, but there are a lot of heroes who can collapse upon that style of play, and Malthel being one of them. He chunks Garrosh so hard. So I would be very interested to see how we're gonna see that Garrosh be followed up.
Well, we'll see the follow-up right now so far with a Genji Abathur pickup to start. Cursed Hollow is one of Abathur's best maps. He can soak all three lanes during a curse phase. Big wide open map to get lots of value while your team pokes the curse, so really solid pickup as well. Genji remains popular, even though he's received his whole fair share of nerfs, but still very, very strong hero.
Yeah, and we are playing this on live servers, so it is everything up to date as far as the patches go. So we do have a little bit of almost a redemption story here coming in for Arya, the captain for Tilt Tactics. The previous time I'd casted for them, Arya had the same comp going into this draft with the addition of Rhaegar as the support, Abathur Genji being the main dealing of damage in the team fights, and we had an ancestral land on a clone. I think this is more about redemption than anything.
I've heard that meme run around. Well, that can't be the case now. Rhaegar and Greymane picked up for Lionspeed, and that is some camp clearing ability. Damn, the Lightning Bond and the Greymane, just all about Greymane, can pick up camps in almost record time, and that's very important. We've seen Rhaegar prioritized extremely heavily on this map.
Absolutely, and that's one of the biggest things to be able to counter Abathur is getting lane pressure and being able to minimize his amount of value, especially pre-10. If you're able to beat an Abathur comp to 10, you're winning the game handedly at that point. You're going to get a lot of structure damage on a map like Cursed Hollow. So I'm excited to see that they're prioritizing that lane clear as well as the map clear, or sorry, the macro clear as well, so early in the draft.
Absolutely. And additionally, Greymane brings a fantastic amount of follow-up damage to a Garrosh flip. So, with one extra stun in the team and a Greymane full combo, you can pretty much get rid of anybody Garrosh flips into your team.
Absolutely. That's what Greymane brings to the table. He likes to eat your face, and if he's served up on a silver platter by Garrosh, I mean, there you go. He's ready to eat.
Indeed. A Nubrak going to be banned out by Tilt Tactics. Wonder what that indicates for. They showed the Li Ming ban to start. Decided, we'll allow Li Ming through. And then decided to settle on the Anubrak, which is great, because Anubrak has 2 follow-up stuns to Garrosh, which would be insane. But past that, we'll have to see.
Not only that, but a Nubrak provides something that Garrosh really lacks, and that's a disengage. A Nubrak is really strong at peeling and being able to get teammates out of danger especially with his dampen magic at level 1. So it's definitely a really strong pairing with Garrosh, probably the strongest tank combo currently available at this stage. So I like to see that kind of micro play or the micro drafting going into the play as well.
Yeah, definitely. Arthas going to be banned out by Lionspeed. Just pretty good. As a melee-heavy team that Lionspeed is putting together, Arthas is definitely one of the best anti-melee heavy, anti-dive teams. that you can possibly draft. So pretty solid ban there.
I really like it. I really, really like the amount of effort they're putting into enabling Garrosh and Greymane, really emphasizing the fact that they don't want to disengage from team fights. They want to be in the face of everybody and abusing the amount of damage that Greymane and Garrosh can put on somebody. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something like a Varian coming out late to be able to deal with that Genji pressure as well, just to have a full, well-rounded comp.
Definitely. So we'll await the next ban phase in just a moment. We see they decide to pick up Li Ming and a Brightwing, so going for that full global style with Abathur and Brightwing so far. Wow, those are some unique pickups.
I like it. Off of Abathur, you're looking to, within the time of the clone, get 2 or 3 kills. And who better to do that than people who are going to get resets, Genji and Li Ming. You're going to be able to keep following up damage. The only thing is, you really got to be able to pour that damage on early. And with Brightwing, 16 talent, the vulnerability, I could see that definitely being the end goal.
I love Critterize, great talent on Brightwing. Li Ming and Genji. So all they need now is one hero that will enable them to start the pickoff chain. So gotta be someone with good engage. What does that leave? That leaves possibly a Muradin? Diablo?
I don't think I see a Diablo here just yet.
Nah.
He doesn't, I don't think, have a kit to be able to deal with Garrosh and Greymane. However, most definitely ETC, which was just picked up by Lionspeed, but Muradin is one of the best options at this point.
Yeah. ETC was good pickup for either side there. Tychus is interesting with the complete lack of health pool that Tilt Tactics has shown so far. Tychus does excel against single tank compositions, though, because he can burn down the one front line, and then there's no front line left for the team. Whereas if you have more of a main tank bruiser style, you end up still having some semblance of a front line, but all of Tychus's damage is down.
Well, looking at Lionspeed draft, they're looking at they knew they were going to deal with one tank comp. They absolutely knew that when they drafted Tychus. So playing off of what you just said, absolutely, their goal is to make that front line, that single front line, feel unsafe. Now, Huffle is the main tank player for Tilt Tactics, and he's a very, very strong peel tank. He knows how to take engagements and knows how to position himself properly, so that Tychus is going to get a little less value in this game, I think, just because of who it is. But ultimately, they want to be able to get past the Johanna, which was just picked up by Tilt Tactics.
Johanna's interesting. I said they would be looking for more of an engage tank, and Johanna doesn't entirely fill that role until 10 with Blessed Shield. She can bring heroes in with Condemn, but it'll be interesting to see the precision required by both Li Ming and Genji to follow up on that. But all of that will be seen on the other side of the loading screen. We'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome to Cursed Hollow on the Division A semifinals between Tilt Tactics and Lionspeed. On the left, we have Tilt Tactics. They have their captain Arya on Brightwing, Edward Torres on Genji, Jägermeister on Li Ming, Huffle on Johanna, and Lol on Abathur. Alrighty.
Now we have on the red side, on the right-hand side, that is Lionspeed. Star Fox 64, Manhandling and Garrosh, Big Wiz on the Tychus, Farcheesi on ETC, Patches, handling Greymane and Glaucus. Always on the supports, handling Rhaegar.
Alrighty. Well, we see a little bit of a different lane setup than usual. Starting out, Tilt Tactics, TT decides to go all to the mid to start except for Abathur. 3 of Lionspeed decides to head towards that bottom lane. So let's see what they can get done down there.
I like having those initial setups of a 3-man in 1 lane against an Abathur, because with the amount of clear that Lionspeed has, you're able to really minimize the early, like, first tribute amount of XP that is able to really be gathered by that Abathur.
We do have a pause coming out. It's a interesting tactic there. Should alleviate some of the lag issues that Star Fox is having right now. We will have to see. Oh, it's Lol Dota. Genius. Lol Dota.
I always called him Lol Dota Sodas, and I think that's
Lol
correct.
Dota Sodas.
I'm hoping. I could be illiterate. I'm not sure.
Yep.
And would you really know if you're illiterate?
So, while we're on this quick intermission, let's take a look at the level 1 talents picked by both teams. We have Brightwing with the Soothing Mist range, Abathur possibly going for a shield, possibly full shield build, Genji with the pretty standard Swift as the Wind, Li Ming with Force Armor, and Johanna with Regen Master. So it looks like a very sustain-heavy style to start. Lots of defensive talents picked up.
I definitely like the Force Armor from Li Ming. It's one of my favorite talents to pick when I'm playing Ming. And against the Garrosh, it can really limit the amount of initial burst damage that you take if you are caught by a flip, especially if you've got your stacks all the way up at 4. You're going to be able to survive long enough to be able to blink out in most cases, you know, unless you're 1v5, and then you're probably dead.
Alright, it looks like teams are good to go. We'll check with Star Fox to make sure and get this started. Alrighty. Hopefully the lag, the 6th player on TT has cleared out. Don't want to have any imbalanced matchups here.
Absolutely. I do like the body check pick by Garrosh. You know, Star Fox definitely understands that his team is going to be doing a lot more with their team fight. Oh,
yep. Li Ming gets obliterated down the bottom lane. Got Garrosh flipped when the Genji rotated up. They're able to collapse upon Li Ming and take advantage of it.
Of course, as soon as I said Force Armor is great, it proves me wrong.
Well, she almost got out. She was able to teleport out to the front of the line. And then walk a little bit forward, but it just wasn't quite enough. So, quick kill.
Aldo to Sodas doing a lot of work up in the top lane. Big Wiz forced to tap out as that lane gets pushed, and Dota just kind of taunting at this point.
Yeah, Abathur actually a slightly stronger solo laner than you might expect for, well, being Abathur. He doesn't have to put his own health pool at risk. He doesn't have to work with any of the standard resources, and if your solo laner doesn't have sustain, you're in a lot of trouble against Abathur.
Absolutely. A couple of pretty early siege camps being picked up. Jaeger and Arya doing their best to match the camp that was picked up for Lionspeed in the bot lane. Siege is going to be pushing that lane as soon as the first curse is coming up here in just a few seconds.
Does spawn down in this bottom lane. That does favor Lionspeed in terms of positioning, but Tilt Tactics in terms of the siege camp. That'll be pushing along that far lane and with Abathur, so that push could get a lot of value if TT's able to stall this tribute for a long time.
Absolutely. That's all they want to do in this early game. They understand that they're not going to be able to get that first tribute, that first curse. The whole design of an Abathur comp is to survive to the late game where your team fighting is just going to be overpowering. And we have a good interrupt, though, by Retoras on Glaucus.
Yeah, absolutely. Genji, Li Ming, Johanna, all very annoying heroes to try and deal with in terms of stopping their poke and capping a tribute. Just see this.
And this,
There goes Li Ming, though. Go ahead.
there's a huge amount of blow up, and that's the power of that Greymane as well as the Tychus. I mean, even Glaucus pitching in there with some of the Lightning Bond as well, and that unfortunately is not the engagement that Tilt Tactics wanted to take. They wanted to be able to stall this out and allow for Abathur to give them a good experience lead.
That Garrosh engage is so good. You can be behind the wall, and it didn't matter. It's so crazy good. Wow. Li Ming, Jaeger on Li Ming gets caught out for the second time. Might get a counter kill onto Patches though, but he does escape with about 500 health with a good heal from Glaucus.
I like that. They definitely understood how limited they were in their ability to continue to push, but not any soak really missed. That top lane, however, did push a heck of a lot during that entire tribute. So we have even talents here as well as some even XP up in the top. We have those sieges still pushing, and Big Wiz in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, those siege camps still alive and still doing work. Able to gain XP and even be pretty much even on XP, even though they're down 3 kills. Big slide onto Edward Taurus, but again, Lionspeed unable to capture the tribute quickly.
And S-Fox doing a good job of getting Varcheesi out of there. That's that friendly flip that is so useful, and a huge amount of damage done on the Patches. Another good flip onto Huffle as well is going to catch him in the back line. That Bruiser camp helping to assist him in a quick death, but Edward Torres is going to get the trade as well onto Patches.
Yep, Genji, being the world's best janitor, or the Nexus's best janitor, is able to dive in, pick up that last 100 health off of Greymane there, and then able to dive right back out with absolutely no problems. So this 1-for-1 trade, super stally, super good for TT.
Yep, but a little bit too far forward is Arya on that Bright Wing. Not a big enough health pool to be able to survive that amount of damage. And S-Fox with another good flip, and that's, I think, 5 for the counter. I'm going to go ahead and start a little counter on my screen how many good flips that we see, and I think we're going to see a respect ban next map.
You see that mule come down as well to get the stab interrupt? Abathur dropped a mule, hatted it, and then used that to interrupt Glaucus. And then S-Fox gets taken out with the Brightwing teleport and Li Ming.
This is exactly what Tilt Tactics want. They're almost a level ahead at this point. 10s are on the horizon. 2 kills onto both S-Fox and Big Wiz, and we're going to have Arya picking up their first tribute. That's exactly how Tilt Tactics wanted to play this second tribute out.
Absolutely. I was worried for them once Brightwing went down. 1-for-1 trades are good, 0-for-1 trades not so much, but it ended up working out for him in the end as Brightwing was able to teleport in and assist the team in the kill, and pick up a tribute, and pick up level 10 first on an Abathur comp. Seems good to me.
Absolutely, and we've got both camps, in terms of siege camps, up and available, and we've got Big Wiz and Glaucus working on their defensive camp in the bot lane. Very interested to see how we're going to have those rotations happening. Evertor is backing in the top lane, and potentially some more camps to be had.
Yep. Top fort gets picked off, so that will add to the XP lead of TT. Huffle gonna be checked in the bush, but he'll be okay. Lots of ults being held right now for Tilt Tactics. Gonna be more of a reactive style to what Lionspeed picks, and Lionspeed ends up going with that Warlord challenge, that nasty 2-second taunt.
Yep, and I think that's mostly just to deal with the Genji, and this is going to be the full 5-on-5 here that we've been waiting for with this Abathur.
Here comes the Abathur clone. As he gets... There's a 2-man taunt. Holy cow. Brightwing and Genji both go down almost immediately. S-Fox getting a little bit low, but does take a nice Ancestral to live. Dota gets a pick onto ETC, though. Patches getting a little bit low as well. Clone takes him out. Glaucus in a lot of trouble as well from Li Ming resets. And, ooh, the health pools on Lionspeed so low.
Huffle is just in bully mode at this point. This is Johanna at its best. That amount of damage able to be done, and the return kills were just second to none in that engagement.
Oh, that was absolutely crazy. Just watching Johanna be so powerful with that Abathur hat. Full sustain with the shield, and then just spiking and stabbing all over the place to increase Johanna's damage by a huge amount compared to what you'd expect.
Absolutely. And I want to highlight Jägermeister's play in that particular engagement, understanding when those windows of opportunity to gain damage value is. He definitely waited for quite a few of the Qs from Rhaegar to land before pouring on that damage, because the cooldown is so long for the chain heal. It's a lot of value to be had if you hold it for just a mere second, especially with how squishy Tychus and Greymane can be.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like TT's decided to take this boss down here, as a tribute spawns pretty much next door to them. Could cause a little bit of problems, but Lionspeed really not in position to deal with that.
Yeah, all the ults except for Ancestral up, and that'll be up here in just a few seconds. This is more of a stall game, but I don't think it's going to be fast enough. And we are going to see that second tribute go the way of Lionspeed.
Yep, so now it's curse point for both teams with 2 tributes, but importantly, boss here for Tilt Tactics is going to get pushed with, and they're up the level 13 talent tier.
Don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but we do have quite a bit of damage being done into that mid lane by the camp from Lionspeed. That's quite a bit of damage to be done, and although Sodas is already working on being able to clear it, but it is going to be quite a bit for an Abathur to clear over a short period of time.
Woo! There goes Genji.
What are we up to, 7?
Oh, I don't even know. Do you count the friendly ones too?
I'm counting the friendly ones too. Varcheesi deserves to have that half point as well, being in position to get thrown.
Yeah, absolutely. He was flipped, taunted, and a Genji without deflect is a very, very dead Genji. And so,
absolutely,
good pick off there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna count any good flips at this point. Like that's just getting ridiculous. Star Fox definitely doing a good job, and having been practicing this hero quite a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. He's quite a menace to go up against. Quite a menace. Mule also doing work on the forts and the towers for TT, healing up that bottom fort and the mid wall. But here comes Curse Point, both teams. Really want to get this. S-Fox getting pulled out just a little bit. Nice polymorph. Gonna get him low on health. Good teleport in with the Brightwing, and then Emerald Wind to split apart the team. Mosh goes down onto only Jägermeister as Brightwing gets taken out. Jägermeister in a lot of trouble. He goes down. Huge Genji Dragon Blade, though, starting to clean up the entirety of Lionspeed. 3 kills already. Here comes Big Wiz, and S-Fox getting low as well. No fort to retreat to. And Fox so low.
He does get a good heal off from his Bloodthirst, but it's not going to be enough. And we got first Curse going over to Tilt Tactics, and that's the kind of engagements you're going to see out of this style of comp. Johanna doing work, being able to peel in the front line, and ultimately we do have 2 go down, Arya and Jägermeister on Tilt Tactics, but it was enough having the double Genji to get some of those resets going. That Dragon Blade just doing work.
That first swing of Dragon Blade, I'm pretty sure hit all 5 heroes. All of a sudden, Lionspeed's health bars went from okay to, oh crap, we're about to get reset and killed. And that's exactly what happened. That was something else.
Yeah, I've seen Edward Torres play that Genji many times, and it's a treat every single time.
Kidding.
A good minion flip by Star Fox. He's going to have to tap and back away. So far, a pretty good defense here in the mid lane as well. They understand the ults like Mosh and Ancestral are down, and so they're really pouring it on. Patch is going to fall really quickly.
Yeah, that level 16 Mirror Ball was taken, and I believe it just obliterated Patches. Lol Dota can go in. He's on a clone, so that pick on a Patches will enable this middle keep to go down.
Yeah, I think Tilt Tactics need to back off here. 16 still haven't been picked up for Lionspeed as of yet. A great experience lead, thanks mostly in part to that Abathur. And so really this is kind of just cleanup for them. They want to get a lot of map pressure, rotating around, and even potentially an aggressive boss here as a Greymane just now coming back online.
Yep. This has been some really, really stellar play from Tilt Tactics so far. They've known when they can and cannot take their fights. All the fights they've taken have been fairly clean. They've ended up winning a good handful of them with only minor losses, and really, really solid play. If they keep it up, I'm not entirely sure what Lionspeed can do to catch up to this.
Yeah, I've seen Tilt Tactics play this Abathur Genji combo in a couple of different respects. You know, as I mentioned earlier, Li Ming is such a good follow-up to that, and I believe it was in their previous comp as well. And I really just have to highlight once again the communication between Edward Torres and Jägermeister is just pristine. Being able to follow up and execute on specific targets exactly when they have their shot caller, I believe Huffle, calling out the targets for kill.
Yeah, definitely. Boss is being kind of looked at by both teams, but neither team wants to be the one to start the boss and cause those problems, so it seems to be just kind of a vision standoff for it.
Yeah, I love the minefield though on it.
Yep. S-Fox actually in a lot of trouble here. Gets hit by a full Li Ming combo, but does end up getting that clutch Ancestral and completely erases Genji.
Ow. Yeah, unfortunately, that deflect was popped just a half a second too early, and it wasn't able to deflect much because the amount of burst damage that came out after that clutch Ancestral was just ridiculous.
Absolutely. What a fight turnaround by Lionspeed, and that's pretty much exactly what they needed. They go up a player going into what should be a pretty imminent tribute that will go for a curse for them.
Yeah, and both bosses are up, so the amount of work that they could do off of not only getting both bosses, but potentially a curse as well. And it looks like the curse is going to be the one that's most handedly wanted.
Lionspeed stuck in a big choke point and could cause a lot of problems if Jägermeister is able to land some really solid hits. All their health bars are kind of in the low range. They're all below half.
And Huffle taking a lot of damage, but dragging this fight out, enabling Jägermeister to do so much work.
Arya just got off cooldown on that, but here come the Li Ming resets. It might be enough damage. There go 2, 3.
Jesus.
Any more?
Come on, Li Ming, you can do
4.
Abathur
Abathur picks up
in
the
for blood too.
Yep, he pops Dragon Blade. They want core. I think they want core with this. It's the only reason I could see they'd go this deep for one hero.
Well, Li Ming's pretty low on mana at the moment, but Edward Torres is going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. I think this is just going to be getting a little bit of damage off the core.
Yeah, there is no Brightwing here. The sacrificial Emerald Wind damage, absolutely. But
yeah, they may have this. I think Jägermeister's still a little too low. They might have to back off, but they might have this. Here comes the clone.
And, they got it.
This is definitely game.
Yep. Game 1 rolls over to the side of Tilt Tactics.
It's a risky core call, but definitely very well executed, understanding the limitations of their roster and where their heroes were at in terms of mana and health.
That was an impressive performance by Tilt Tactics. That was so solid.
Yeah, they've had a lot of practice with Lol Dota Sodas on that Abathur, and I mean it shows in the XP contribution, 18,000, which is almost double of any other hero.
And their team fights, even after that, were absolutely spot on. And that turnaround, Arya's Emerald Wind came off cooldown and just spamming R. I could hear the keyboard just R, and as soon as it came up, the Emerald Wind went out. Everybody got too low, and Li Ming was able to reset all over the team.
Yeah, definitely Jägermeister showing the the effects of getting those resets pretty early in a team fight, and Huffle doing such a good job of stalling out that engagement. Just the survivability of Johannes is sometimes just uncomparable, and I gotta say, I think that was a little bit of a throw that didn't have to end there. You know, that was definitely Lionspeed trying to kill Johanna a little bit too hard.
Alright, well, we'll be setting up into Game 2 in just a moment, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back. That feel when they haven't even gone over the rules page?
Rip.
Feels bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it isn't too bad. Alrighty. I want to give a quick shout out to the people in chat. Thanks for stopping by. Hi to Hero Physio, Chill, Baba Fidos, K Squared, Real Rad Dad, and Ariakas. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, welcome to Braxis Holdout as Game 2 between Tilt Tactics and Lionspeed goes on. This is the Nexus Gaming Series Division A semifinals, and we just saw Tilt Tactics take Game 1 in incredible, very, very solid fashion last game on Cursed Hollow.
Absolutely. That Abathur Genji combination just so brutal. And especially when it's played in that way where you're able to maximize XP, but also take engagements that really benefit you, knowing when to engage and when to back off and just poke for a while. And they definitely built a comp to do that in a very, very strong way. And it paid off in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what Tilt Tactics has against Vala. That's not a conventional flat ban. So I'm curious to see why we'll be doing this again. Darn you. Darn you.
I can't tell you why they banned Vala.
Okay.
And it's very, very simple.
Well, tell me about that when they ban Vala again.
Will do.
This is Comcast. Varchisi's Mexican. I like their gold 1 portraits and gold 3 against this team of master grandmasters.
You know, you wouldn't see it by their portraits. How they play, though, they definitely play as definitely top tier players.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I got Dota to show some emotion. Made him laugh. He's always so quiet.
He's dying. Rip. Justice reigns from That's exactly how playing Pharah feels. I've got love the Overwatch memes rolling in. All right. They say we're ready. TT ready? They are ready. All right, let's do this again. Welcome back again to the series between Tilt Tactics and Lionspeed. This is Next Gaming Series Division A semifinals. Tilt Tactics up 1-0 after a solid performance on Cursed Hollow. Rory, what did you think about that last game?
It was insane being able to see that Abathur Genji being executed so well. It was a constant poke battle for Tilt Tactics to stall out the tributes long enough to gain an XP advantage, with Sodas doing everything he could to enable his team in those team fights late game. It was just absolutely insane.
Yep. So we see the Vala ban again from Tilt Tactics. Rory, you said you had some insider information as well. Why does Tilt Tactics hate Vala?
Edward Torres hates playing against Vala, and Lionspeed has a reputation for executing Vala just incredibly well. But they have two different players, both big whiz as well as who was their other Vala player? Either way, that executed so well, especially on a map like Brax's Holdout, where Vala can gain so much value. It's definitely a hero they just don't want to have anything to do with because of those things.
That's quite interesting, actually. That kind of ban strategy. So Ariel, banned out by Lionspeed. Solid ban on this map. She's absolutely ridiculous in the 4-man composition, and she's the enabler for the ever dangerous Cho'Gall compositions that you see quite often on this map, actually.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty strong. And I do remember it was Patches. Patches was the other really stellar Vala player.
Yes, he's killed us on Vala several times. It's him on Vala or him on Greymane every game. So good.
If you can manage to ban both of them, it works.
Mm-hmm. So real quick on the Tilt Tactics side, they picked up Garrosh, took it away from Lionspeed, who had it last game. And although Lionspeed played a very solid Garrosh and ended up taking a slight early advantage with it, they were not able to make it happen in the late game. Interesting pick there.
Yeah, definitely. I like that Tilt Tactics understand the strengths of Garrosh, especially on a map like this, where you're able to gain quite a bit out of the positioning and being able to punish bad positioning with Garrosh, and that's really what he excels at. And like you said, on the early map, last map, we had Lionspeed doing it extremely well. I actually kept up with my counter, and I counted 11 throws that were very solid. And so let's see if Tilt Tactics can match that number or even exceed it.
That is quite impressive, even though it came in a losing effort. Rhaegar and Dahaka picked up by Lionspeed, so immediately showing a lot of priority to the Rhaegar, picked up before the ban phase both times, and Dahaka out for the solo lane. Ooh, I like it. I like what I see.
I love Lucio. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. I think Lucio is so undervalued, and especially in this meta, and with as huge as the walls are in the rotation between Braxis control points. I can't remember what they're called, beacons. There's so much that you can do to wall ride on those, and you get rotation so quickly. And Lucio does enough damage to be able to allow for some picks, as well as being able to exercise his ability to keep everybody alive in both lanes. It's really insane on this map.
Yeah, I wonder if they're preluding anything with the Overwatch memes. So we've got Lucio coming out. That's pretty funny. And Kael'thas is always strong in the 4-man group on this map. So much wave clear and hero damage can be put down almost simultaneously.
Yeah, if we have D.Va and Zarya coming out for the last 2 picks of Tilt Tactics, I will absolutely die of laughter.
Absolutely. Give us a Tracer, too. Oh, there goes the Genji. Nope. No Overwatch here.
Oh, sad day.
Sad indeed.
I like D.Va on this map, though. She does a lot to be able to clear the lanes, especially if you got a bad Zerg wave on you. That bomb explosion is just insane. And then you get Garrosh on top of it, who can throw the mech as well, and you get a lot of blow-up potential.
That is some literal blow-up potential, and I like it. So yeah, you're also mentioning patches. Vala and Greymane, look at the bans now. We might have both of them banned out. Now what's Patches going to do?
He's got a couple of other really, really strong heroes in his repertoire. I've seen him play a really strong Sonya, which is pretty decent when paired with the Hawkeye. I don't think that we're going to see that particular hero, but then you get other heroes such as, such as like Illidan, who's able to have a lot of presence, especially when backed up by a Rhaegar and the frontline presence that Dahaka can bring. It's I wouldn't be surprised if we were to see one of those really heavy melee dive heroes. It's definitely something Patches excels at, especially in the later game, where you're able to get a little bit more map pressure.
Definitely. I would like... Illidan would be interesting here. I don't know how Garrosh would handle an Illidan, because his peel is a throw, but it doesn't have that much range, and you would be throwing him out of your team. Kael'thas is susceptible to being Illidan. Lucio's pretty susceptible. But at the same time, you've got the possibility of taunt after 10 to lock down the Illidan. So, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we're going to see the Illidan here. I think it's a little bit of an aggressive pick. But there are still quite a few heroes on the table that can do a lot to be able to back up this Dahaka and Rhaegar. Jaina has been making quite a resurgence, and I'm looking forward to the changes here in the next patch as well to see how she really compares. And so we might see a Jaina. We might even see Li Ming, who's still on the table. Patches plays to excellent fashion. So there's a lot to do here.
Yeah, we don't have long to wait. We have a Lunara and Stitches. We have a Stitches pickup. That'll be fantastic.
I love the impression. Loved it.
Oh, I thank you.
Well, I haven't seen Patches play Lunara yet. I'm sure it's going to be in his repertoire, but Big Wiz is also a really strong range carry as well. So Lunara could go flex between either of those two players, and I think that it'll be handled pretty well. And Lucio does respond decently to the Lunara poke, but he is cooldown dependent with his amp. I keep forgetting some of the abilities here, but or some of the names, but with his amp, you get a lot of healing and resistance against that Lunara poke, but once that cooldown's down, you're going to see a lot of engagement off of Dahaka and Stitches.
Oh, here we go. We have both accurate Overwatch memes. Arya wanted 5 Overwatch heroes, but we could only pick up 2, but we got the D.Va you wanted. I'm excited.
Yes.
And they picked up Rag.
You have no idea how happy I am right now. Just
no
both
idea.
Of these heroes, both of these heroes do so well in the defense, and that really plays heavily into wanting that late game comp where KT scales, where Lucio scales, and where Ragnaros scales. After all the quests are completed, you get so much in those team engagements late game that having D.Va and Rag on your team that do still scale that way, you're going to be able to defend those early Zerg waves so easily, and they're really not going to gain any value as far as the lane push happens.
Yeah, so I'll have to see if Lionspeed wants to go focus on that really strong early game to handle, or if they want to go for an even better late game. Lunara already does quite well in the late game.
You know who else does? Chromie.
Chromie does quite well indeed. She does even better after the patch too with her Q quest. I'm excited to see that too, but what I'm even more excited to see is this. This looks awesome. Fun drafts.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a battle of pokes at this point.
Absolutely. So we'll go ahead, get to the Battle of Pokes on Braxis Holdout. Right after the loading screen, we will be right back. Alrighty, spawning on the left side of Braxis Holdout. They're up 1-0 and one game away from going to the first NGS finals. This is Tilt Tactics. They've got their captain Ariel on Lucio, Jägermeister on Kael'thas, Huffle on Garrosh, Edward Taurus on the anticipated D.Va, and Lol Dotasotis on Ragnaros.
And in the red trunks, we have Lionspeed. Star Fox 64 taking a step back from those warriors, playing a Chromie instead. Big Wiz wanting to take up that warrior role onto Haka. He's going to be the split laner. Glockus again on the Rhaegar. Barcheesi again tanking on the Stitches. And as we assumed, Patches is going to be taking over the Lunara.
I'm pretty sure some of these teams just attend the Church of Rhaegar, because certain teams pick Rhaegar every single game, and some teams completely avoid them at all costs. And there seems to be almost no middle ground. Oh, there goes Chromie.
Now we have a great engagement, and ultimately the peel from Edward Torres on D.Va is going to be what seals the deal. I mean, Chromie almost got out of there, and that was a great flip. So Huffle doing really well in that early, and that's going to be another flip on the Barcheesi, already up to 2 on his counter.
Yep, this is already looking quite strong. That Garrosh pressure is so good because it extends for a good region in front of him. That's the biggest part of it, is that it's so far forward. This Patches gets taken out. Alright, minute in.
We're up to 3.
Minute in, that's a flip every 20 seconds. I expect to see the pace kept up, Huffle.
Now, I do want to just highlight, we have Sulfurous Hungers for Ragnaros and Mana Addict for KT, so understanding that they need to be able to survive some of this blow-up potential from Chromie. And ultimately, they're doing a really good job of it so far, and almost getting another pick on the Barcheesi as well, as we have Huffle missing his first attempt at a flip.
Yep. Still pretty good overall. I would say it's been pretty worth it. Ooh, good time trap. Gonna reveal and pretty much deny Huffle any lurking attempts in that bush.
Yep. Now we do have Big Wiz losing the battle in top lane against Loldo de Sotis on that Ragnaros, and this is, I think this is really why the Ragnaros was picked. It allows for a lot of presence in the lane, and Rag gains so much value against the Dahaka in denying the amount of essence that he can have to stay in that lane. So very strong showing from him so far, and the top beacon's going to be picked up pretty early, but the Dahaka is going to teleport in and try to duke it out with Loldo de Sotis.
Yep, so that lane will be close to a tie for the most part because of Dahaka's ability to just leave. He can just leave, come back with full health, no big deal, and Stall's tap's available to him. So, Loldo de Sotis is going to have a little bit of trouble. maintaining 100% uptime on that beacon.
Now, we do have Bring It On picked up by D.Va. Self-destruct charge amount gained from losing the mech health is increased to 30, so a lot more bombs, a lot more often, and that is going to be hard to play against here in the early game. A little bit later game, it's a little bit easier, but overall, this early game is all what it's about for these teams. They need to get a lead. They need to establish themselves. Lionspeed needs to take this to a third map, and they're well on their way to doing so. Already 20% for either team here, but both beacons controlled by Tilt Tactics at the moment.
Pick on to Kel'Thas. Nice shot there from Star Fox. Ends up taking out the last third of his health or so, and that'll enable Lionspeed to get on the button and stop the bleeding. Flip onto Lonara, though, secures a counter kill.
We're up to 5. That is just insane. Huffle just answering back with the amount of play that we saw last map from Lionspeed. You know, we had a lot of really awesome flips from Star Fox, but ultimately Huffle's like, hey man, anything you could do, I could do better.
Yeah, and so far he is delivering with the amount of flips and the amount of enabling his team's getting. Glaucus going to be in a lot of trouble. He just gets flipped without any kind of cue beforehand, but he is able to escape.
Yeah, big return damage though onto Jaeger and Huffle though from Star Fox, but it's not quite enough, and this is going to be the first Zerg wave heavily in favor of Tilt Tactics.
Yep, they're able to take the top button with Ragnaros. He was able to bully out Dahaka, even through all the healing that Dahaka has. And with the help of Garrosh, was able to win the bottom point. So, a fast, strong Zerg wave.
It was quite a battle in the top lane too, although DeSoto's forcing to go back at this point. He had exactly 13 HP at the end of that fight. That is, that's not quite enough, if you know what I mean.
Well, here comes the D.Va bomb. It is a slow bomb, so it is. Oh! Oh my God!
Jesus! What? Chromie had 64 HP, matching Star Fox 64's name. That is just insane.
Oh my God, that was so much damage. Oh my God, that's 1,500 plus damage already on that self-destruct. That is crazy. And he took the 7 talent that made it do that extra damage. Wow.
That is insane. Absolutely insane. Detonation doing 50% more damage on that nuclear option, and that is... I mean, that's crazy hard to play against as well. You get so much value in being able to just displace. Even if you don't get the damage out, you still get a lot of that displacement damage. And so in terms of punishing bad positioning, and that's where Garrosh comes in and just threatens to wreck your face.
Absolutely. That we're gonna have to see. I want to see a big combo out of that, just because I think that's so cool. Huffle now gonna rotate up to the top lane, cover Soak, and end up rotating the 4-man up to this top lane where the fort is.
Yeah, and we do, I just want to highlight real quick, Party Mix picked up by Lucio. I think this is probably his strongest talent early game. Once you get to 8 total minutes of time casting on allies, either with your movement speed or with your healing, it permanently increases your range by 20% on those effects. And that is huge on a map like this where you have those tight crevices, where you have those tight corners. And sometimes that extra 20% is all you need.
Yep, absolutely. Garrosh ends up getting picked off as well during that. Ended up getting a little bit too far forward and was able to be taken out. But overall, still a 1-level lead for Tilt Tactics going into that level 10 heroic tier.
And those 10s have been picked up. Big Wiz really on the ropes here in the top lane. And that is going to be a really quick kill. Sulfura Smash deleting him from the server. Goodbye. You are done for now.
Control Alt Sulfura Smash. And we'll have to see. This is a free beacon for Tilt Tactics as long as Lionspeed doesn't have that level 10.
Yeah, that's already, I mean, even 7 minutes in, that keeps that half HP. And Star Fox 64 coming down to contest this bottom. And that's, I think that's going to be a better matchup for them. Star Fox needs to be able to bully Dota out and make him feel unsafe in this fight against Dahaka, which he is handedly winning at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And the level scaling isn't helping out Big Wiz either. But Let's see. Looks like it, so far going on 100-0 Zergwave. Loldoda going to get Temporal looped, and not a full combo hit, but it will not matter. 5v1. Loldoda Sotus does not have a chance to escape this, but he does stall long enough to allow the beacons to finish up and start the 100-0 Zergwave up in the top lane.
Yeah, that was all just stalling by that point, and that's great map awareness as well, understanding that you had all 5 down there killing you, which is not necessary. You did not need. You had Temporal Loop already from Chromie. You were going to kill him. You didn't need to move everybody down there. You could contest the bottom beacon as well. I definitely would have thought that they would have had someone rotate toward that bottom beacon and secure that first. But here we have the bomb coming in by Edward Torres, and that's huge.
Is Huffle gonna get it? Oh, the Stitches hook. Oh my gosh. This is control of the Diva Bomb.
This is scary. I'm getting anxiety just playing Observer here, and a huge deletion onto Dahaka as well. And we've got that sound barrier going down as well from Lucio, and that's going to be the first keep of the game. Sub 9 minutes.
Edward Torres gets eaten and absolutely removed before he was even able to get back in his neck. Stitch is likely to pay his life for it. Great Ancestral by Glaucus.
Yeah, health bar is a little bit too low on the side of Tilt Tactics to continue this onslaught. That's a keep, and they needed to keep that. You know, they needed to keep going, but with the pick on Diva, it's just not going to happen. So both teams are just set to back off a little bit. We do have reaching through time picked up by Chromie, so getting that power, reaching out and touching somebody, really in her favor. And I like this. This is definitely a very strong pick on a comp where you need to be able to reach that KT in the back. You need to be able to reach Lucio in the back. And so that's a very strong pickup in this particular case.
Yeah, absolutely. It almost looked like Tilt Tactics was setting up for a boss play to finish off that last keep, but seems like they have opted against it. Here comes a collapse onto Loldoda Sotus. And the recollapse onto the Bush Party. Varchezy now in a really bad spot. He gets pulled in. Decimate goes out, not the taunt talent this game. And Stitches goes down.
Edward Torres in the front line as well as bullying Star Fox away. And that's a lot of damage done already. And a good Temporal Loop's going to keep Huffle in the back, but that is going to ultimately be a kill. And Big Wiz almost getting caught out the bush as well. But Arya taking a lot of damage as well is going to have to back away. Both teams set to just regroup here as we have Tilt Tactics sieging up for the second keep of the game, sub 11 minutes.
Yeah, Edward Torres did a great job lowering Chromie's overall move speed and providing the body blocks on Diva that secured that kill. Great job there.
Absolutely, and this is 13 talent advantage as well as both keeps down. This constant lane pressure, and this at this point is really, I guess I'm going to say turtle mode, really, for Lionspeed. And Glaucus with another flip onto him, and that's going to be another kill, this one being stolen by Lucio. And here we have the bombs coming in. Varchezy in a little bit of a bad spot, but ultimately wasn't in range of killing anybody.
No, that long bomb fuse did allow Lionspeed to get the 8 miles away that they needed to stay out of that bomb throw explosion range.
Yep. Good hook and gorge onto Edward Torres as well, and his health bar is low on his mech. This could definitely be a combo, and it looks like it will be, but a great sound barrier by Arya is going to secure that, not only his life, but a good kill onto Stitches as well. Varchezy just not enough health. The patch is going to fall as well. Big Wiz soon to follow, and I believe this is going to be game.
Yeah, what looked like, wow, Sulfura Smash does so much damage. What looked to be a great hook and pick ends up turning into a fantastic counter engage, saved by Arya, turnaround by Tilt Tactics, and it'll take a miracle for Lionspeed to live this.
Oh my gosh, Edward Torres getting a great lockdown. Glaucus is not able to return home. And this is definitely game 2. 2-0 going over to Tilt Tactics as they reach the finals. Division A, Season 1 of the Nexus Gaming Series.
That was a really impressive performance. There comes the bomb toss, kills the Dahaka and the core at the same time. GG. Tilt Tactics, congratulations, moves on to the grand finals.
What an insane series. That was just so well executed. They understood what Tilt Tactics did. They understood what they wanted in both of those fights, both of those maps, and they got it every single time.
Yep, absolutely. All right, well, I know you like to name an MVP, so let's go ahead and do that. You know what? We'll pull it from you. Since this
All right.
is your tradition, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Absolutely. I think I have to hand it to Huffle. Not only in the first game was Johanna just so aggressive in the back lane, bullying and allowing for the rest of Tilt Tactics to follow up and allow for Genji to be able to get those huge engagements that he needed with the Dragon Blade. But in the second game, I had my counter at 14 aggressive flips. That does not count friendly flips, aggressive flips. In addition to the aggressive flips, we had 3 flips for the mech as well that either secured a lot of damage or secured a kill. And so that was just an insane play by Huffle. So congratulations, Huffle. You've been named MVP of this particular series.
Yep. For Arya, Arya wants to nominate Glaucus for those for MVP, God tier, cleanses, and ancestrals. For my MVP of the series, I'm gonna have to give it to Edward Torres there. The Diva pick, having first the niche pick on Diva, using the bomb, throwing it forward, getting all the kills in game 2 with the help of Huffle, and then additionally being able to play such a solid Genji in game 1. I'm pretty sure he's good at Overwatch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as well. I mean, how could you not be and be that well practiced in Genji? You would have to play it at least two different games to be able to master him that well.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you for joining us. This has been Seventh Ace and Rory. Thank you for casting with me, Rory.
Absolutely, I much appreciate the invitation.
Yep. So thank you for watching. We will see you guys in just a little bit. Rory is going to be casting, I believe it's Division C now, Team Conflict versus Azeroth Falcons. 10 minutes from now. The game will start in 10 minutes. So go check his channel out at twitch.tv/EGCFury for that game. And then immediately following that, we will have the Battle of the Casters as my team, Lurk Patrol, will go against Rory's team, Ready Button.
That's going to be a heck of a match.
I'm ready for that one. Let's go. But until then, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for the support, and have a good night.